Hey, this is Ross Miller from Engadget, and we are here playing around with the PlayStation Move, which you can see right here. And it's actually about the same size as a Wii Remote with the Motion Plus controller. So basically what we're going to do is, it actually does work in the menu system. What you have to do is hold down the tracking button right here, and then you can just go up and down, left and right through the menus. This also functions as Go. All of these buttons still work as well. PS, of course, we'll check your battery. Alright, let's try some games out. Every time you start up the game, it'll tell you flashing. You basically have to calibrate every time. So this one, just point directly to the camera. You hold down the tracking button and the move button. Alright, so it's calibrated now. If we were to have a second controller on right now, we'd calibrate and turn blue, and just the only way you can really tell which one you're supposed to be using. So Sports Champion, the bundled mini games. Let's go ahead and check out Bashi. One player. This cup. Right-handed. Let's go ahead and pick. There we go. All right, so here's the per game calibration, at least for Sports Champion. Let's get about the right position. All right, there we go. And the same way every time. To the shoulder. Down to the side, and then to the belt buckle. Now, if you actually, some of the games require you to use two move controllers, will let you optionally. You're still only going to calibrate the one. So this is basically the same as the bowling motion you get from Wii Sports. I'm going to go ahead, hold the tracking button down, aim it, and there we go. Now, one thing that's interesting is actually it will tell you when you're spinning. You'll see that if we go like this when we roll, it should create the same effect. It should spin a little to the left. Oh, way to the left. But it works. All right, let's go ahead and check out another game. Now you can also see when you're at the pause menu, you can go ahead and recalibrate whenever you need to. We're not going to worry about that. We're just going to get out of here. Now we're going to go ahead and use the other controller. We're going to go ahead and try archery, which actually does require both. Or actually does let you use both, if you would like. So recalibrate. Alright, now it goes blue. Alright, right-handed. Now you can see we can do two motion controllers if we want. Get them close together. And now we're good to go. And again, we have two controllers, but we're only going to worry about the one in the right hand, or the primary hand. There we go. Alright, to do this one, stick one hand out, put the other hand back, and from there, combine them together, pull back, and you just aim. Go. There we go. Now you don't actually have to do the full motion. In fact, it recommends if you want to get your arms not to be so tired, you can pull back at hip level. Not as realistic, but you get the point across. So let's see. Goodbye, watermelon. Alright, so right now we're going through, going back to the menu. We're going to check out the gladiator match. And this is probably the most entertaining of the Sports Championship minigames, especially when you have two controllers out. So get them both together, calibrated, and we are good to go. Got my character selected. It does provide these like handy tutorials, little tips to help you kind of figure out what you're doing. And every single one we've played so far does have a training mode to kind of get you comfortable. Now, I wouldn't say this is a one-on-one recreation, but it is incredibly fun. So we're going to go ahead and calibrate again. Down, up to the shoulder, down to the side, over to the belt buckle, and we're good to go. Alright, so for this game, it recommends you do take the side fighting stance. Holding the tracking on the left will block. And then you can swing with that. Alright, so now it's asking us, we're going through training, we're going to just skip this. Alright, I'm going to move past training, just go ahead and start fighting. So hold in the T button on the left controller will be your shield. And then you just swing with the right. Now if you swing up, you can swing side, you can swing lower, and it actually does a really good job of tracking where you're going from there. Pulverize this guy now. If you jump, it should set in motion. There we go. Try it again. Overhead smash. So it strikes. There we go. Blocking also is hinged on where your controller is, so you can block up and block down. And that about covers it for this. Let's go ahead and just fight one more round. Get this guy knocked out. Go for the feet. Wait for him to strike. Oh. Go downwards. And now I've got the super strike mode, which just gets me the ability to do these little quick time events for, well, essentially massive damage. Jump attack. There we go. And that's Sports Championship. So now we're gonna go ahead and check out iPet. And we saw this actually July 2009, it's been a while. But now they've gone ahead and updated it for PlayStation Move. Alright, so what we're gonna do is use our motion controller as an X-ray of sorts and start looking through. And frankly, this is just creepy.
Your iPad looks a little cold.
Scoot in a little bit.
Don't worry, it's quite normal. Hold up your motion controller and we'll get the egg warmer out. Just point it at the egg, hold the move button or the T button, and we'll soon get your pet warmed up.
Alright, so, and like we saw with the original tech demo, they're actually going to use the ball on the top and kind of virtually give us a tool we can use. And it actually works both in front and behind the egg. So this is going to actually heat the guy up. Let's go ahead and turn it on. And start going around. See if we can actually try to cut into it. Because it's tracking three-dimensional space, it will know and it will get angry. So now we're going to go ahead, we're going to check out a game called Ruse. There aren't a lot of games that will be using the navigation controller right here. You can't do it with Sports Championship. The ones you will see do it are the new Resident Evil, SOCOM, Ruse, which we're about to see just briefly, and a few others. Okay, so now what we're doing is we're playing Ruse for Ubisoft. It's a real-time strategy game that actually uses the navigation controller, one of the very few that will. Okay, so what you can do is you can move the camera around with the joystick. You hold down this little L trigger, highlight your troops. And from there, you take this controller, the move controller, and you highlight where to attack. It's fairly straightforward. It's not too hard to kind of get around. Although, as we said before, if you have a DualShock controller, there's really no point in buying this. I mean, it's not too hard just to do the same thing with this. And so that's PlayStation Move in a nutshell.